Asian. Emirates News sat down with the South African ambassador to the UAE to ask him what the day means for him. In the first part of our interview with Yaqub Abba Omar, he began by explaining to Kimberly Leonard what Freedom Day is.
Freedom Day marks 27th April 1994, which was the first day on which millions of South Africans voted for a democratic, non-racial South Africa. This is the day that Nelson Mandela cast his vote for the first time in his life, and most of us who had been deprived of a vote. So ever since then, we've celebrated Freedom Day as our sort of national day. And we use that to recommit ourselves to the Constitution, to building a single nation and a democratic order.
Now, you were working with the ANC at the time. What does, on a personal level, what does Freedom Day mean for you?
I was, like many other millions of people, involved very actively in the anti-apartheid struggle. You know, we had a major moment when Nelson Mandela was released in 1990 and the ANC was unbanned. So I was amongst the exiles that returned to South Africa to help build the ANC, but also get involved in the constitutional negotiations. So a lot of us were not sure how soon this day was going to come. And so on the day itself, it was a really emotional, heartbreaking day. It was a dream really come true. And most South Africans of my age would still recall that day as to saying, well, this is the day we really commemorate, as the day we became free from the apartheid past, and we became people that can control our own destiny.
Do you still feel that same emotion every 27th of April?
Absolutely. It was obviously a big moment, and I had, also been delaying having children until then. Although we had, my wife had gotten married a year or two before that. But I felt that the struggle for freedom required so much attention and so much effort. It took me a while to even think about getting married. I got married at the ripe age of 32. But it was only in 1995 that we had our first child. We felt now we can bring our children in a truly free South Africa.
And how significant is the day for the South African diaspora living here in the UAE?
Very. I think if you can look at all the activities we had during the month of April, it's obviously the high point of our calendar. We had a family day in Dubai, we had another event in Al Ain, and there'll be another event tomorrow back in Dubai at Atlantis. So thousands of South Africans get involved in the day. It's a day when all South Africans come together to celebrate our freedom, our democracy, and the constitutional rights that have been enshrined ever since then.